Remember when Vegas buffets were legendary? When you could eat like royalty for 20 bucks? When the all-you-can-eat spread was the best deal in town? Those days are dead. Get this. Vegas buffets now cost $60 to $80 per person. Some hit 100 bucks. The thing that used to make Vegas affordable for everyone has become another luxury experience most people can't afford. Let me show you exactly how Vegas killed the buffet and what it means for the city's future. First up, let's talk about what buffets used to be. Because if you're under 30, you might not remember. Or if you haven't been to Vegas in 20 years, you need to understand what's been lost. Back in the 90s, Vegas buffets were insane value. We're talking 15 to 25 bucks for unlimited food, and not just any food. Prime rib, shrimp, crab legs, desserts for days. You'd waddle out of there stuffed and happy, with money still in your pocket for the casino floor. Here's the thing, buffets weren't designed to make money, they were loss leaders. Casinos used them to keep gamblers on property, feed them cheap, keep them playing. The logic was simple, lose a few bucks on the buffet, make it back when they hit the slots or tables. One Reddit user put it perfectly. When I went back in the 90s, it was cheaper to eat at the buffets than grocery shopping. Think about that. You could literally save money by eating Vegas buffets instead of cooking at home. Buffets became part of the Vegas identity. Tourists would visit explicitly for the unlimited food deal. Families would plan their trips around hitting multiple buffets. Locals would celebrate birthdays and anniversaries at buffets because they were affordable and fun. Want to know what this means for Vegas? Buffets were the ultimate equalizer. A construction worker from Ohio could eat the same meal as a millionaire from Manhattan. Same price, same food, same experience. That democratic access was core to what made Vegas special. Moving on to what's happening now, because the numbers are shocking. The buffet at Wynn, 60 bucks for brunch, $80 for dinner, per person, before tax and tip. A family of 4 looking at $320 just for dinner at a buffet. But wait, that's not even the worst. Media reports reference $100 per person buffet spreads at premium properties. 100 bucks for a buffet. That's fine dining prices for a self-serve format. Off strip, you can still find some affordable options, $30 to $50 range, but even that's double or triple what buffets used to cost. And you're talking about driving off strip, dealing with less selection, lower quality. Here's what's really interesting. The sticker shock is real. Visitors who remember $20 buffets see $60 prices and their jaws drop. That's not inflation. That's a fundamental shift in what buffets are and who they're for. Let me break down what happened year by year. In the late 90s and early 2000s, most strip buffets ran 15 to 30 bucks. By 2010, you're looking at 25 to 40. By 2015, 30 to 50. By 2020, 50 to 70. And now, 60 to 100 at premium properties. That's not a gradual increase keeping pace with inflation. That's aggressive price escalation designed to extract maximum revenue from a shrinking customer base. Now check this out. It's not just that buffets got expensive. Many of them disappeared entirely. The number of traditional all-you-can-eat buffets on the Strip has plummeted. During the pandemic, interest in buffets tanked while operating costs skyrocketed. Casinos looked at the math and decided buffets weren't worth it anymore. Some closed permanently, others converted to different formats. Rio Hotel Casino's buffet? Gone. Replaced by Canteen Food Hall. Paper item instead of unlimited access. Completely different model. Multiple other properties did the same thing. Took buffet space and turned it into food halls or upscale restaurants. The Independent reported, buffets are a dying breed on the Strip. Why? Rising costs and decreasing demand. Casinos can't justify the overhead when they're focused on premium guests who don't want buffets anyway. Get this, buffets used to be everywhere. Every major casino had one, some had 2. Now you're looking at maybe a dozen traditional buffets left on the Strip. And most of those are charging premium prices. For locals who grew up with affordable buffets as a staple, they feel like something essential has been stolen from them. For tourists who plan trips around buffet crawls, their Vegas experience fundamentally changed. Here's what's really interesting. Why did buffets go from affordable to luxury? Multiple factors converged to kill the traditional model. First, operating costs exploded. Labour costs up, food costs up, sanitation requirements post-COVID way up. Waste disposal, health regulations, insurance, every aspect of running a buffet got more expensive. Second, the guest mix shifted. Remember Tom Reeg saying casinos are kicking out the lowest end? That applies to buffets too. High rollers don't want to wait in line at a buffet with regular tourists. They want exclusive dining experiences. So buffets either went premium or disappeared. Third, younger visitors changed preferences. Millennials and Gen Z don't get excited about traditional buffets the way boomers and Gen X did. They'd rather hit a food hall with their Instagram-worthy dishes or try a celebrity chef restaurant. The all-you-can-eat format feels dated to them. Fourth, location costs matter. Strip real estate is incredibly expensive. Using that space for a buffet that does high volume but lower margins doesn't make financial sense anymore. Casinos want higher revenue per square foot. Upscale restaurants deliver that. Buffets don't. Fifth, buffets repositioned as experiences rather than value. Now they market premium seafood stations, caviar, high-end desserts, elaborate presentation that justifies higher prices. But it also abandons the core value proposition that made buffets special. But wait, some buffets didn't just raise prices, they completely transformed what a buffet means. The buffet at Wynn is the perfect example. 60 to 80 bucks per person, but you're getting premium ingredients, upscale presentation, beautiful decor, attentive service. They're not competing on value anymore, they're competing on experience. Trying to justify the high price by making the buffet feel luxurious and special, like a destination rather than just a meal. Here's the thing, that works for some people. High-end tourists who want to try everything without ordering multiple dishes. Foodies who appreciate quality ingredients. People celebrating special occasions who don't mind splurging. But it abandons everyone else. The families on a budget. The regular tourists who just want good food at a fair price. The locals who used to hit buffets regularly because they were affordable. All those people are priced out, and that's intentional. Remember the strategy shift we've talked about? Fewer guests spending more money. Buffets follow the same playbook. Raise prices, target premium customers, accept that volume will drop, hope margins make up for it. Moving on to what this means for visitors. Because when buffets jump from $25 to 60 or 80 bucks, that's not just an inconvenience. That fundamentally changes trip budgets and behavior. Think about a family of 4 planning a Vegas trip. Used to be, they could eat buffets for 80 to 100 bucks total per meal. Now that same meal costs 240 to 320. That's an extra 160 to 220 per meal. Over a 3-day trip hitting buffets twice a day, that's an extra $1,000 or more. That money has to come from somewhere. So families cut back on gambling, skip shows, reduce shopping, stay fewer nights, or they don't come to Vegas at all. Choose a different destination where the value is better. Get this. One visitor complained, $100 per person buffet spreads are part of why Vegas is not fun anymore. That's appearing in tourism coverage and visitor surveys. The buffet price explosion is contributing to broader Vegas value perception problems. Locals feel it even more. Used to be, you could take your family to a buffet for a birthday dinner, affordable celebration, good food, fun atmosphere. Now that same outing costs $300 plus. Most locals can't justify that regularly, so they stop going. Another connection to their city severed. Now check this out, it's not just the buffet price itself. You have to factor in all the other costs that come with a Vegas trip. And those make the buffet expense even more painful. You're paying $50 in resort fees, paying 20 to 40 bucks for parking, paying inflated prices for drinks, already feeling nickel and dime before you even eat. Then you see $60 to $80 buffet prices. That's the moment people snap. The perception isn't, oh, this buffet is expensive but worth it. The perception is, everything in Vegas is a rip-off and this buffet is just another example. Buffets used to be the thing that balanced out other costs. The affordable bright spot in an expensive trip. Now they're part of the problem. Here's what's really interesting. Casinos are squeezing guests at every touchpoint, and buffets were supposed to be the one place you still got value, where Vegas still rewarded you for coming. When that disappeared, what's left? Just expensive everything and no relief. So what are people supposed to do? If strip buffets are 60 to 100 bucks, where do you eat? Off-strip buffets still exist, $30 to $50 range. Better value than Wynn or Bellagio, but you're driving off-strip. Dealing with locals casinos, lower quality food and atmosphere, less convenient. Not the Vegas experience people came for. Food halls are another option. Paper item, grab what you want from different vendors. Can be affordable if you're strategic, but it's not unlimited. Not the same satisfaction as a traditional buffet where you can try everything. Regular restaurants, you're looking at similar or higher costs than buffets now. 20 to 30 bucks per entree, plus drinks, plus tax and tip. A meal for two easily hits 120 to 160 at a decent restaurant. Fast food and quick service, cheaper sure. But that's not why people come to Vegas. They want the experience, the indulgence, the feeling of being treated well. Fast food doesn't deliver that. Get this, there's no good answer anymore. Every dining option in Vegas has either gotten expensive or degraded in quality. The sweet spot of affordable and good has disappeared, and buffets used to be right in that sweet spot. But wait, let's talk about what this means for Vegas locals. Because buffets weren't just tourist attractions, they were community gathering places for residents. Locals used to hit buffets regularly. Sunday brunch with the family, celebration dinners, date nights, quick lunch during the work week. Buffets were affordable enough to be part of regular life, not just special occasions. One local said, "When I went back in the 90s, it was cheaper to eat at the buffets than grocery shopping." That's how accessible buffets used to be. You could eat out instead of cooking and actually save money. Now locals feel priced out of buffets in their own city. 60 bucks per person isn't sustainable for regular dining, so they stop going. Another piece of Vegas culture that's only for wealthy tourists now, not for the people who actually live there. Here's the thing, when locals abandon buffets, tourists lose too. Part of what made Vegas buffets special was the mix. Locals and intimate, tourists eating together, creating atmosphere and energy. When locals disappear, buffets feel more sterile, more like tourist traps, less authentic. Moving on to the economics. Because there's a death spiral happening with buffets that mirrors what's happening with Vegas overall. Buffets raise prices to cover costs and chase premium guests. Higher prices drive away volume customers. Lower volume means less efficiency and atmosphere. That makes buffets less appealing even to people who can afford them. So revenue drops despite higher prices, which forces more price increases or closures. Meanwhile, fewer buffets means less competition. The ones that remain can charge even more because options are limited. But that just accelerates the cycle. More people priced out, more volume lost, more closures or price hikes. Get this, we're watching buffets price themselves out of existence. The very thing that made them special, unlimited food at a great price, is gone. Without that, why choose a buffet over a restaurant? You're paying restaurant prices for self-service. That's not a good value proposition. Some buffets will survive by going ultra premium, $100 plus experiences with caviar and premium seafood, targeting the ultra wealthy who don't care about price. But that's not really a buffet anymore. That's a different thing entirely. Now check this out. There's a massive nostalgia factor with Vegas buffets. People remember their first Vegas trip, hitting the buffets, being amazed at all the food, eating way too much, laughing about it later. Those memories are powerful. They're part of why people kept coming back to Vegas, wanted to recreate that experience, share it with their kids, make new memories. But when buffets cost 60 to 100 bucks, you're not creating those joyful memories anymore. You're creating stress about whether it's worth the price, calculating costs, feeling buyer's remorse. That's the opposite of what Vegas is supposed to be. Here's what's really interesting. Vegas built its brand on accessible luxury, on making regular people feel special, on memories that didn't require wealth. Buffets embodied all of that. Now they're abandoning it for short-term profit. But wait, let's put this in perspective. $60 to $80 buffets in Vegas. You can get an all-inclusive resort in Mexico or the Caribbean for $100 to $150 per person per day, including hotel, all meals, all drinks, and beach access. Why would someone pay $80 just for one buffet meal in Vegas when they could get an entire day at an all-inclusive for barely more money? The value comparison makes Vegas look terrible. Or compare to cruise ships. 7-day cruise with unlimited food, often cheaper per day than one buffet meal in Vegas. And you're getting entertainment, transportation, accommodation, everything included. Vegas used to win on value. Cheap rooms, affordable food, free entertainment walking the strip. That combination was unbeatable. Now Vegas loses on value to almost every other vacation option, and expensive buffets are a perfect symbol of that loss. Here's the brutal truth. The buffet price explosion is part of the same corporate playbook we've seen across Vegas. Maximize revenue per guest, accept volume decline, focus on premium customers, squeeze everyone else out. Buffets were loss leaders that brought people in and kept them happy. But modern casino corporations don't think that way. Every operation has to show profit. Every square foot has to generate maximum revenue. Long-term brand building, customer loyalty, creating value that makes people want to return, none of that matters compared to quarterly earnings. So they raised buffet prices, closed unprofitable locations, repositioned remaining buffets as premium experiences, and accepted that regular people can't afford them anymore. Because regular people aren't the target audience, high rollers are. And high rollers don't care about buffet prices. Get this. This is the same thinking behind $50 resort fees, $40 parking, and 6 to 5 blackjack. Extract maximum revenue from whoever's left. Don't worry about driving people away, just squeeze harder. Moving on to whether this can be fixed. Because once you've raised buffet prices from $25 to $80, can you go back? Can you restore what made buffets special? The hard truth, probably not. Operating costs have genuinely increased. You can't run a quality buffet for 90s prices anymore. Labor, food, utilities, regulations all cost more. Some price increase was inevitable and justified, but the jump to $60 to $100, that's not just cost recovery, that's profit optimization. That's choosing to serve fewer wealthy guests instead of many regular guests. And that's a strategic choice that's hard to reverse. If a casino cut buffet prices back to $30 or $40, which they'd be mobbed, lines would be insane. They couldn't handle the volume. They'd need to staff up, increase food orders, deal with longer wait times, lower per guest margins. From a spreadsheet perspective, it's better to charge $80 and serve fewer people, even though it destroys the buffet's purpose and alienates most customers. The math works for executives, but it kills the soul of what buffets were. Get this, it's not just about food. When Vegas killed affordable buffets, they killed something deeper. They killed the idea that Vegas welcomes everyone, that you don't need to be rich to have an amazing time, that regular people matter. Buffets were where the construction worker and the CEO sat side by side, where families on tight budgets could still feel indulgent, where locals and tourists mixed, where Vegas proved it was for everyone, not just the elite. That's gone now, and you can see the impact across the entire city. When everything becomes premium priced, when regular people are consistently priced out, Vegas stops being special. It becomes just another expensive destination, nothing unique, nothing magical. The buffet is a perfect symbol of what Vegas used to be and what it's become. Used to be generous, abundant, welcoming. Now it's expensive, exclusive, extractive. Ready for this? I think killing affordable buffets was one of Vegas's biggest mistakes. Not because buffets themselves were essential, but because of what they represented. Buffets were proof that Vegas valued volume and atmosphere over pure profit maximization, that they understood creating joy and memories mattered more than squeezing every dollar from every guest, that Vegas was fundamentally on your side, wanting you to have a good time. When they killed that for $60 to $100 luxury buffets, they sent a clear message. You're not welcome unless you're wealthy. We don't care about the loyalists who've been coming for decades. We're chasing whales and everyone else can leave. That message is destroying Vegas Because Vegas was never supposed to be Monaco or Saint Tropez. It was supposed to be accessible luxury, attainable indulgence, a place where regular people could feel special for a weekend. Without that core value proposition, what is Vegas? Just expensive casinos and hotels that happen to be in the desert. And why would anyone choose that over actual luxury destinations or better value alternatives? So here's my question for you. Do you remember affordable Vegas buffets? Have you been priced out of buffets you used to love? Are you still paying 60 to 80 bucks, or have you given up? Share your buffet stories in the comments. The first time you hit a Vegas buffet, what you used to pay, what you pay now if you still go, whether you think it's worth it, and if this video resonated with you. If you're frustrated about Vegas value disappearing, hit that like button. Subscribe to stay informed about what's happening to Vegas and whether anything can be fixed. Because buffets might seem like a small thing, but they're a perfect example of Vegas betraying the people who made it great. And if we don't talk about it, if we don't push back, it'll just keep getting worse. Vegas buffets are dying. The ones that remain cost $60 to $100 per person. The affordable buffets that defined Vegas for generations are gone, replaced by premium experiences that most people can't afford. This isn't just about food prices. It's about Vegas abandoning its core identity, abandoning the promise of accessible luxury, abandoning the people who built the city's reputation. When a family of 4 has to pay $320 for one buffet dinner, that's not Vegas anymore. That's corporate greed dressed up as premium experience. That's short-term profit at the expense of long-term brand death. The question is whether Vegas realizes what it's lost before it's too late. Whether someone in leadership understands that killing affordable buffets was killing part of what made Vegas worth visiting. Whether there's any chance of restoring what made this city special. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.